Giselle knows Sports Talk Saints edition. We got in the background, we got New Orleans style football's very own Nick Underhill and Mike Triplett to his immediate right. They're going to be talking about some things that I've been talking about since day one. If you guys been following this channel from YouTube to Twitter to TikTok, you've seen that I've always told you guys that Spencer Rattler was not going to lose this job easily. And one of the things that I started bringing it to social media, the Nick Underhill prophecies, was that they were going to give Spencer Rattler 4 games, and after that they were going to put Tyler Shuck in. But as you can see now, there's even a little conspiracy that maybe even Taysom has kind of leapfrogged Tyler Shuck. And it's not, now listen, man, I'm not wishing bad on Tyler Shuck. I want him to develop and become the best that he can be. But I've also wanted you guys to know that, like, when Spencer Rattler he's talented. I wanted to see him get the opportunity. Now, if he sinks or swim wherever he goes from there, that's it. I just wanted to see him get the opportunity. It's never been a preference. It's just opportunity. And if he doesn't seize that moment, then so be it. But if he does, hey, man, I'm telling you, we got something special. But I'm going to let Nick Underhill and Mike Triplett speak. I don't know if I'm in the middle of something, but eventually you'll get the gist of what I think that the national media and local media is starting to come around, that it might be possibly that Spencer there's a chance that we won't see Tyler Shuck. It's a small chance, but there's a chance.
Like, for it to keep feeling good, I think at some point you need to have that celebratory post-game scene. So I think that was really, really important for them. And I think it was important for Spencer Rattler, too, to shut everyone up about the record and everything. Yeah. He can start a new countdown, a new clock, all that stuff. So that brings us into our first topic presented by...
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think the 1-10, the 0-10 narrative was kind of, I think it was by haters. I don't think anyone that really knows football thought that a coach would really care about what a player did in the season before them when they weren't even a part of the coaching staff. So when Kellen Moore let the media know, hey, man, Spencer and I are both 0-4, I think that took like a lot of weight off Spencer's back to know that my coach has my back. And I said something before, and it didn't get the traction because I put it on another video where it wasn't the topic. The same way I'm about to do here, but I want to do a video where this point is like the main topic. And I'm going to tell you guys this, and I know a lot. Eventually, the national guys and the local guys are going to say it, but usually, like I say, Al knows usually say it first. I think Spencer Rattler's Kellen Moore's guy. I know they drafted Tyler Shuck, but if you think about it, who did the scouting for Tyler? I think the scouting was done even before Kellen was the coach. So, and I think Kellen wanted Dart, and they panicked and they went for Tyler. Because if you look at it, it just doesn't make sense. And I think now that Spencer seems like that sponge, he's soaking it up, he's listening, he's not out there being a reckless gunslinger. He's doing what the coach asked him to do. He's pretty much doing what any coach would want their young quarterback to do on his first job. Just do what I tell you to do. Rather we sink or swim, you do what I tell you to do, and I'm going to protect you. And I think that's what Spencer's doing that has Kellen Moore liking him more. I think Spencer is Kellen's guy more than Tyler's Kellen's guy. You haven't heard any guy say that but me. Hell knows.
Rouse is the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. How does Spencer Rattler make himself unejectable from that quarterback seat over the next 5 games?
Well, 2 things that he did this last week will help a lot. An 87-yard touchdown pass and a win. It's not realistic to say that he has to do those things. Look, what he was doing in the first 4 games was encouraging. What he's done, his total body of work is encouraging. He's not getting this team in trouble. He's avoiding interceptions. He can scramble and make plays happen with his legs. He can put them in position for these games not to get out of hand. And that's all well and good. And on a different team, we would never be having these conversations. If he was Teddy Bridgewater filling in for the 2019 Saints, he could be 5-0 the way he's playing. But he needs wins. He needs wins to keep them out of the top 3 in next year's draft. He needs those big plays. He needs some red zone touchdown passes. It's just a different formula for a guy when the top 3 pick in next year's draft is looming, if it continues to loom, and Tyler Shuck being here. So his leash is going to remain short unless he starts winning every other week. I mean, if he never loses 2 games in a row, he's never going to lose his job.
Okay, this is one thing where I want to correct Mike on. Saying correct, I'm not saying it in a way of braggadocious or anything like that. But I think that saying his leash is short is not. Kellen Moore has not given any of us, the media, fans, or players, the assumption that there's a leash there. I think like the media, they're constantly trying to put out a narrative that just because there should be, they're going off of there should be, what there should be. No, Kellen Moore's let you know time and time again that Spencer, he's going to throw interceptions. That he shouldn't have to look over his back. He's not looking over his back if he goes out there and have a bad game. But you guys want a leash just because. There's no just because leash, Mike. You can't just put that out there because you may ask the question. I know the media's like, even in today's press conference with Kellen Moore, there was, I think it was Eric, the other guy from WWL. He's asking questions about Tyler Shuck when there should not be a question about Tyler Shuck. So sure, you guys may begin to put pressure on Kellen Moore, asking him questions, but I don't think there's a leash there because he's already let us know that that's his guy. I know you guys don't want him to be the guy because of whatever reason. I'm telling you, like you're forgetting that Spencer Rattler's a young guy. I think if Spencer Rattler was Teddy Bridgewater or if he was Jameis Winston, he may have been pulled by now after the 4th game. But because he's a young guy, I think Kellen Moore is looking at him as the development project that you guys thought he would see Tyler Shuck as. But I'm gonna let you finish, Mike. But no, there's no leash there. Not from Kellen Moore's mouth. Now, from your assumption, probably. Kellen Moore never said anything about leash, man.
But if this team is 3-10, even if he has played this good, he then it's taken out of his hands, I think. So unfortunately, he does need to keep winning. Now there are wins on this schedule, but that's the most important thing.
Let me just give a couple unimpeachable facts about myself before I answer the question.
Okay.
Because I feel like anytime we talk about.
Okay, here's where I'm gonna get, and you're gonna think I'm thinking too much of myself, but I believe Nick is reading the tea leaves. Nick is a smart guy, a very smart guy. He's good at what he does. He's the best in the city, bar none, the best in the state, really. And he knows what he's. And I think, we're talking about him. We're letting him know that we seen the Nick Underhill prophecy. And he's gonna let us know that we shouldn't be too quick to see him as like biased per se, but it wasn't a bias. Just the simple fact that you guys are seeing this, not looking at it for what it was, and and I know you guys are closer than some of us, and that's fine, but Spencer Rattler. You got to admit that he exceeded your expectations, even based on your own prophecy. But I'm gonna let you go.
About these quarterbacks, people don't hear what we're saying. They just hear somebody else's name mentioned in a conversation, and it's like like how could you?
Yeah.
Like I own a company called New Orleans Football.
Okay, unimpeachable.
We sell article memberships, podcasts, the access to podcasts, live streams of games, articles, analysis, and news for $9 a month. When people like the team, they're more likely to spend money on our website. That means that I can continue to grow our business, do more coverage, invest more in the content, and do better, cooler content. And all I want to do with my life is make cool content. That's all I want to do. I work like around the clock. When people are happy and the team is winning, I can do cooler stuff and write better stories and do better profitable for my company. So then I can pay people like Mike. I can pay people like Adam. We can pay people like DJ. Like, it's important for the team to be good because it helps our business. So all I want is for the team to win games. And for the team to win games, usually that starts with good coaching. And then the second thing is good quarterback play.
And that's absolutely fine, Nick, and we understand that, and we're not against you as a card carrying capitalist. I'm all for you making as much money as you can, and I hope that you're forever profitable with what you're doing, man, because we do enjoy the product that you bring to us, the content that you brought to us, and even sort of even like a national spotlight, because New Orleans has always been seen as a small market, even though a large we're a large port city, but as far as marketing and television, we've always been seen as small. I think when Zion came to the city, I think that's when we finally got an ESPN New Orleans channel. So yeah, Nick, we do appreciate what you're doing for the city. It's never been anything against you. It's just that, like you said, when the team is doing well, it usually starts with the coach and it usually starts with the quarterback, and that was our issue. Our issue wasn't that it was just that the team, the city, the players, the coaches all seem to be behind Spencer Rattler. And for every time we hear anyone, whether it's Nick Underhill or any other person, bring up Tyler Shuck in a question or anything else, it's like you're telling us that you're not trusting in the process that we are all buying into. We're buying into the product and the process that Kellen Moore is selling us. And when you bring up Tyler Shuck, you're telling us that you see a different process. He's not right. He didn't win the job, man. We wish that there was somewhere we can play them both and they can both be successful. But right now, we're getting behind the guy that's there. Now, Spencer Rattler, for whatever reason, goes out there and it just becomes terrible for the next 3 weeks, and we just have to pull him and Tyler Shuck get in there. We want Tyler Shuck to roll, and we're not going to be asking you when you're going to ask about Spencer Rattler, because Spencer Rattler's going to be done. That's kind of it, Nick, man. So like, I just wanted to come to here, and I want you guys to go listen to New Orleans Football. This was actually a pretty good segment that they did, and a matter of fact, I want to go to something that's more. I'm gonna let Nick finish because he said some great things in this segment.
All I care about is having good quarterback play. I don't care.
Quick timeout just to make your point. You say you want them to win games. You want them to be built to win sustainably long term. Because there's been a big debate over.
We'll get into that. We're going to get it. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that in the last topic. I'm just making a point so people know my point of view.
Yeah.
I want them to win games, and I want the quarterback to be someone everyone agrees upon, so nobody's fighting about it. And then the last fact, I have a good relationship with both these guys.
Okay, Nick, you got to realize that everyone won't always agree with any quarterback. Like Drew Brees was there, and there were people calling for his arm. Jameis Winston was 5-2, and people didn't believe. Teddy Bridgewater was 5-0, and people didn't believe. Taysom Hill, I think, was 5-2, and no one. There will always be people that's contrary. You can't worry about the contrarians. We got to follow the lead of the majority. Once the coach set out a plan there, he lets us know what the process looked like. If Spencer Rattler's the guy that he's behind and he's backing, and the media's trying to put him in a corner, and he's letting you know that I'm protecting this guy. Like there's media asking questions like, so Coach, when does the win-loss factor kick in for Spencer Rattler? And what Kellen Moore does is he puts on the shield and he's like, no, I'm protecting him. I'm not looking at last year, guys. I'm looking at this year. And he's letting you all know that this is my guy. We're looking at this year. We're doing this together. So that's when you fall in line with him and that guy alone. Now, understand now, if we start being absolutely terrible and Spencer's looking like he can't hit the barn from the other side of the farm, then yes, you call him out. But right now, Spencer's actually, you look at all his numbers, he's much better than he was last year, and he's getting better every game. So that's why it's not the Rat Pack, it's the Who Dat Nation that we're behind Spencer right now. And that's just the way it is right now, man. It's not, we know your job and we appreciate your job, but it's just that contrarianness that we just don't like about it, man. But okay, I'm gonna go.
I don't care about whoever wins. Like, I'm cool with both of them. Like, I talk to these people every day. So there's no hate. Like, every time we say something about someone, it's like, oh, they hate this guy. They want the other guy to succeed. I just want one of them to succeed. I don't give a F about, like, who it is, like, at all. So saying all of that, I think Spencer Rattler is, like, playing in a way that makes him extremely hard right now. If you are playing quarterback and you are not turning the ball over and you are not getting sacked, it's very hard to remove that person from that conversation. Now, I will say this too. We talk about it through the prism of like, can he keep his job? Because they, not Nick, not Mike, not New Orleans football. The New Orleans Saints drafted a quarterback at the 40th pick to replace Spencer Rattler. So his progress is going to be measured against the person they took to replace him. Right now, as I look at Spencer Rattler, like, he's a hard person to bet against. Like, he is not making mistakes. He's playing tough. He's getting better every week. Do you have to win games? I don't know. I think if you just don't fall off, like, if we're at the end of this 5-game stretch and he has 12 touchdowns and 2 interceptions and he's completing 67.2% of his passes, are you taking him out of that? Like, what do you have to do? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I think you got to hit in the red zone at some point or whatever. But like, I don't know that this thing's being measured by wins and losses even at this point. It's a very, very confusing, and I'm just being realistic about it. Like, you could be somebody that wants to see the other guy and see the upside go up. Like, there's always going to be a curiosity there too of like, well, what is the other guy like? Is it better or not? But like, he is doing exactly what he needs to do to just be wedged in there, and like, he's making himself wide, and he's not going to make himself skinny so you can pull him out. Yep. Like, he's like pressed down right now the way he's playing. I think he's doing exactly what he needs to do to stay in there. I don't know, man. Like, if you aren't throwing picks and you aren't getting sacked, like, it's very, very hard to take him out of that position.